Hey there, welcome back to the table. Let's start day 4 here. Our recon value is 2. We get a -1 sight for intel adjustment, and we get a -1 to our infrastructure, which means we do 1 less hit to destroy targets. Our guys are all pretty stressed. I snuck in those 2 extra missions last night. I did pay a price this morning, that was certain. But it's all good. I survived. Here we go. Here's card number 1. It is a large dogfight. It takes 6 aircraft. So I am not going to take a second card. That's going to be almost everybody in my arsenal. I'm going to also need an ECM jammer for this, because we're going to have 7 air objectives and then 1 bandit all around. However, if those 7 air objectives are only range 1, we can turkey shoot them, which is what I was telling you is the flaw of them being an objective. So this might turn into a really easy mission. It depends on what we draw. So normally we draw sights, but there aren't any. And it said you may draw targets for the next day, treating any available target as having the secondary trait. This is going to take 6 of our aircraft. And just to give you, I mean, we have 1 stress, 4, 4, 5 stress for this guy, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2. My 2 bombers need to rest. And as much as I would like to have a secondary mission today, this is a large, we're going to send a lot of aircraft on this one. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to ignore the secondary thing. That was a great opportunity. It just came at a bad time. That's all I can say. So we're going to bring Gale. Gale has 0 stress, so she's good to go. And we got to figure out where this target is. It's 45. Oh, my cord is stuck. Here we go. 45 is right here. So it's out over there. Okay, so let's do this one. Well, it's just an air battle, so it's going to be all air to air. So I'm just going to move him closer to here. They will, of course, always have ECM pods, and everybody's equipping AIM-7s. There's no reason to equip anything else. Maybe I'll give somebody an AIM-9, but I doubt I will, because there's ways to get around it. And I get to bring 6 guys. The weight point penalty, that's what I wanted to check, is 1 with a 2 stress. So with a weight point penalty of 1, everybody's going to be able to bring 6 missiles with them. So we're going to bring Gale, and then we're going to bring Nordo. Both of those are very low stress. Nordo will be the flight leader, so we can give that to him. He's the flight leader. Gale has a +3, +4. Gale has a +5, which is excellent. And then Nordo has 3, but 4 for the very first attack. All right. El Cid's going to rest. Gucci is for sure going to be in. He's F-15, and he has a +2. And then SA points. We have 1 SA on Gale, and then Nordo has 2. And, Gucci has 1. Okay, and then, like I said, everybody is going to have 6 missiles. No reason not to. All right, that's 3 of our 6. I think those 3 alone could probably do the job. Our other F-15 Bun Bun is at 4 stress. Probably needs to sit out for this one. Although it'd be nice to bring him. But we're going to bring Bishop, who has 0 stress. And Bishop currently has a +2. and then 6 missiles. And then let's see, who else can we bring? There's definitely other candidates here. We'll bring Andy. This is an F-15. Andy has a +1 and also 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna bring one more. I mean, I could bring Bun Bun. He's an F-15, and this is a mission tailor-made for an F-15. It's just that Bun Bun is one stress away from being shaken. Now, I'm looking at Stool here. Stool could probably go. I'm going to need Stool if we ever have to do AGM-88s, but I guess I could use El Cid or some of these other ones for that purpose. So the question is Stool or Bun Bun? I'll take Stool. Bun Bun needs the rest. And if we ever need a pure F-15, Bun Bun will be fresher for tomorrow. So Stool gets a +3. Yeah, Stool's doing great. Stool's a good pilot. Stay in Stool, kids. All right. So that's our lineup. Now the question becomes, do I bring an ECM? And when you're doing an air battle, you always should. The problem I have is they're both at 4 stress, both of them. So it's not ideal. They do have 3 cool. So if I rest them, they'll be down to 1 stress for tomorrow. I could just send 1. And if I do just send 1, obviously he's going to get stressed even more. But we'll do it. We're going to send Rogue, wherever his token went. Rogue and Druid, where did they go? Uh-oh, what did they do with Rogue and Druid? Oh, I never took him off the last mission. I wonder if I gave him experience points. I did not. I did not give them experience points. So we took them. We took everybody on that last mission. No, we didn't take these guys because they were both at 7 stress. So this was 2 missions ago. I forgot to take them. Okay, well, we'll bring Rogue for this one. So we're delaying his stress relief, but that's all right. All right, and then we're going to draw the target bound card. Add 2 to all of your SAR rolls until the end of the campaign. That's excellent. So it just means if we ever do get shot down, we're going to get to add +2 to our chances of surviving. Next is place the aircraft. All right, so the 7 bandits in the middle, the no bandit has to be ignored, but the bandits around the edge we can ignore. So I'm going to do around the edge first. 1, 1, 1, and 1. And that's a bandit. That's a bandit. So is that. And we got 1 no bandit out of the whole deal. Now we got to get 7. 4, 5, 6. There's 7 chips. This is the 8th one in case we need it. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can go 6 and 7. All right, I'm going to put the 2 no bandits back in. We get to destroy a site as part of our intel adjustment, but there are no sites. But let's do our assessment here. Okay, so I was supposed to put where we're coming from. I apologize. Since I made this mess on the left side, we're going to be coming from the south because, you know, I always do one of the 2. And so here's the deal. These 2, of course, are in range from the start of the mission. And this one is not a threat. This one right now is not, well, no. It's not a threat yet. Okay, this one up here, also not a threat yet. And then everybody else, I'm just looking to see if there's any of them, like here, this guy's doing the foxtrot step, or foxhound. So we're gonna have to do that for Foxhound. But these are objectives. They never leave the middle. So the one range guys are your turkey shoots, meaning they're never gonna get to shoot us. We can just pick them off at the end. These guys are all a threat right now, and then this one will be a threat soon. So in terms of like who's our threat right now, it's these three. And then we have the Foxhound step that's happening right now. So that one's going after Gucci, who will take 1 stress. He's up to 2. And this is a horrible... I gotta do the over target card first. Sights and bandits suffer -1 on die rolls against high aircraft over target. So that's only if we're over target, which we're never gonna be in this mission. Okay, this guy hits on a 1. It's horrible. All right, so we rolled a 1, which is as good as we're gonna expect, but we still, that causes Gucci to take 1 stress. Okay, that was the Foxhound step. So now we're on turn 1. Like I said, these 3 are a threat. We cannot hit them. The only one we can hit is this one. So there's no reason to go fast and use any of our SA points at this time. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have to ECM just these 3. And we're gonna do red, green, blue, like always, RGB, straight down from top to bottom. So that's a 10, that's a 10, that's a 2. So this one gets through, and it hits with a 158. That's pretty bad. Let's see who he's going after. He's going after Bishop. Bishop will for sure, well, we gotta decide. Are we gonna evade, or are we gonna try to spoof or enhance this? A spoof will cost 2. I'm gonna spoof. So we're gonna move Rogue up to 6 stress. Rogue is now shaken. We knew that was coming. We rolled a 9, -5 is 4. So that's 1 stress for Rogue. So he's up to 7 now. But we survived. All right. So then we're actually flying high here. So we're gonna move in. So now we're in range of the target. And this one is now a threat. This one is a threat. So is this one. And everybody is. And we're gonna go, we're spending all the SA we can. Our flight leader is gonna spend both of his. Nobody's fast. So 1 on himself and 1 on someone else. We're gonna spend 1 on Gucci, 1 on Gale, and then of these, Stool has the best rating, so the other one is going to be spent on Stool. Okay, so Gale gets a +5 to her rolls. These 3 are all nasty, but Gale only needs to spend 1 missile. I don't even need to roll. A 1 + 5 is a 6, which hits. So we're going to hit this one right here and destroy that one. Okay, so Gale did her job. Now we have Nordo, who only gets a +3. Nordo's going to shoot 2 missiles because we want to make sure we hit. So he's down to 4 now. And he's going to use his +3 to take out one of these. These are the biggest threats. So we got them. They're both the same. And then we're going to now have Gucci go, who gets a +2. No, I'll do Stool. Stool will send 2 missiles. Because again, we want to make sure we hit. And we're going to try to take out that last threat. And we do. All right, so the 3 worst guys are out. I'm not saying that these other guys can't harm us, but those 3 were absolutely the worst. Now, this guy up here still can damage you on a 5. Like, there's some bad guys on the field, but we definitely took the biggest bad guys. So then this one, we're going to shoot 2. And Gucci only gets a +2, and I'm going to go after this one up here. It's not an objective, and I could go straight for the objectives, but I'm just going after biggest threat right now. So we rolled 2 10s, which obliterates him. Okay, so now the fast phase is over. So we get to do they get to go. And right now it's 1, 2, 3 of them that can attack us. So I'm going to do red, green, blue, with this one being at the top, that being in the middle. Red, green, blue. Here we go. So red is out, but green and blue is in. So let's start with the green guy. He's going to do 4, which is, that's bishop. And then blue is going to shoot, 8's not going to work, 4. So they're both shooting bishop. Rogue is at 7 stress. He's going to enhance for 2, which makes him take 3 more stress. So he's up to 10. But if you're going to bring him to a mission, you got to use him. So he's going to force them to do a -1 to their rolls. And of course, they're both going to attack bishop. So I'm going to give bishop 2 stress because he has to evade both of these guys. And we're going to start with, this one has a really bad set of numbers. Let's hope we roll low. We rolled a 3, which would have caused another stress, but the -1 made it a 2. So the -1's already paying for itself. This one, we rolled a 5, which is reduced to a 4. So he has to take 1 more stress. And I think bishop is okay. Nope, bishop is now shaken. So the problem is these guys are such low level, so they get shaken easy. Because bishop is shaken, he goes from a +1 to a -1. So bishop loses his 2 ability to hit, and so bishop is now at a +0. It's not a -1 because he has skills that boost him. Okay, so now we're at the slow phase. So we get to shoot again. Gail is going to once again only shoot once because she hits no matter anything, no matter what she shoots at. And Gail's going to shoot the one in the back. Not in the back, but the one in the rear. How about that? Well, not in the rear because she's not aiming at anyone's particular physical anatomy. The one that's behind the others, or the one that's on the east. Okay, and then Nordo here, we're going to shoot 2. And I'm going to shoot at this one. And that's more than enough. Destroy that. And then we are going to go to Gucci here. I'm going to shoot 2 more. Gucci's going to go after this one. That one's gone. All of our threats are eliminated. Now we just got 3 guys that we're turkey shooting. I have 3 left. I am going to shoot 3 missiles with each one. I don't think I need to. But we'll do 3 missiles for sure with this one. So I got a 7 here. That takes this one out. I only need to do 2 with these guys. But I'll do 3 because there's no reason to hoard missiles here. We got plenty. So for the next guy, that one's out. I mean, I'm getting a +2 to all my rolls. So this is a +5 with the +2. So I only need to shoot 1. So even with a 1, I'm adding 5, which I get a 6, and it's destroyed. So we just cleaned house. We destroyed the objective. Initially, there are some, we definitely incurred some stress, and they definitely had some opportunities to hit us. But once we started to take control, we really did. Rogue is really stressed, of course, and it's a victory. So let's get our sheet out. Okay, so this guy is target 45. 45. And then we're going to do 0 SO. We destroyed the target. We're going to get 4 victory points. And we are at 20 for the day. So that's still a dismal rating, but we're climbing. And that is going to move the Recon 2 and the Infra by 1. So Put that in our success. Recon is going to move by 2. We can now draw 4 cards. And the infra is as far over as it can go. So we're at -1. Okay. Let's do our, I forgot to do our homebound card. No adjustment. So all the missiles can come off. All right, let's get some experience in. Gale and Nordo. So it's a 2 stress mission. Gale does not gain stress because she has 2,000 hours. Is it really just forever, or is it at 1 use? It just seems so powerful with 2,000 hours. Ignore all mission stress penalties on the campaign sheet. Holy crap. I mean, she's sitting on 0 stress, gang. And it's forever. So she walks away with this with 0 stress. Gale's cool as the other side of the pillow. Nordo has 2 cools, so he won't gain any stress. Now, who are we going to give our experience points to? That's the question. We still have, so Bishop and Andy are both green. And you could argue that you want to give them, yeah, it's going to be Bishop and Andy, since they're both green. Everybody else is at least average or better. So I'm just going to put a marker on Bishop and one on Andy so I won't forget. And then also, because I'm just now remembering, anybody who did not go on a mission loses stress. So, for example, this guy loses 4. He has 2 cool. You're going to lose all 4 of his stress. This one has 1 cool. He's going to lose 3 of his stress. And then El Cid here has 2 cool and will lose 4 of his stress. And then Gucci here went on the mission. Druid is going to lose all 4 stress. And then Bun Bun is going to lose 3. And be down to 1. So our bombers are back in good shape, and some of our other guys are ready as well. Gale is turning into a powerhouse. El Cid is good. This Nordo guy, I'm sort of actually liking JB a little bit more because Nordo is really just an air-to-air guy who can shoot AGM-88s. But having JB, he did get a -1 to his air-to-air, but the thing is he was fast, so he was able to go first even if he was out of SA points. I'm starting to recognize that there's some value in that. But anyways, I don't think I would have known that unless I played JB because we had a viewer named JB. I would have looked at his stats and said, nah. But actually, after playing with him as a pilot, I actually like that. Those features are much better. Okay, so here's Nordo. He's done. Okay, now let's move on. We got Gucci here, who has 0 cool, so he's going to go up to 5 stress. This is Gucci. So he goes up to 5 stress, and he needs 4 experience points to level up. He's currently at 0, so he's just going to get 2 for the day. Then have to rest tomorrow. Then we have Bishop, who is sitting on 3 stress, has 1 cool, so that's going to turn into 4. And then Bishop needs 3 experience points to level up. And Bishop already has 2. So we're giving Bishop 4. So that's going to be 6. So he's going to go to average with 3 left over. That's really good. He's going to level up again next term. So here we go. So he's a 1-0, 1 minus 2. And now he's going to be 1-0, 2 minus 2. Bishop was never an anti-ground guy. he could do it in a pinch, but we took him more for air-to-air. And yeah, he needs 4 experience points to level up. He has 3, so he's just 1 away. Next up is Andy. Andy is at 2, and we'll jump to 4. Honestly, this is the most exhausting part about playing this game is switching these tokens out. And that's why you see with the loadouts, I'm doing all this stuff to stop moving loadout tokens around. Okay, Andy has 2 experience. We gave him 4 for 6, so he's also going to go to average, but with 3 left over. And here we go. So he is 0, 0, 0, and he's going to become 1, 0, 2. So much, much better. And he's 1 experience away from leveling up again. So this is working. I mean, we're 4 days in. We're getting our noobs out of noobdom. Everybody's at least at average now. All of our greens are up. We have some skilled. We don't have any veterans yet. A lot of people, I mean, all those noob guys and green guys are now average. Yeah, I mean, I think this is well balanced so far. And no comments yet from any of you, so maybe you're still chewing on it. So here we go. We got 2. Moving it to 3. All right, so Stool has 1 experience point, is getting 2, so he's just going to be at 3. He needs 1 more to level up. So close, so close. And then last one is Rogue here, who has 3 coal, is going to gain 2. So all that means is I'm reducing. Yeah, I'm going to reduce one of these by 1. So he's at 9 now, and he needs 6 experience points to level up. He's at 2, so now he's at 4. Okay. We are at 27 minutes. I need to pause, and then maybe we can continue. Okay, so now we're going to do day 5. We get to draw 4 targets now. There's always the possibility of getting a scramble. I know, JB, you and I are on differing philosophies there. You like to draw as many as you can. I don't. See, like, I see 6 aircraft, and I think that's most of my squad, so I settle on it. There's also, I mean, it's low victory points, though. That's the only issue with this one, but I do like it, though, because it's going to move the intel by 2. And that's going to be really good, because if we move the intel by 2, we get to destroy a site and a bandit. This one requires 11 hits, which is -1 because of our infrastructure track. There's only 1 bandit in this whole thing. It's dispersed, which I think means we can only get 1 hit for each bomb. +1 stress. We lose 4 victory points if we fail, but it is a vehicle, so we could still shoot Mavericks at these guys and get a +3 to our roll. But we're only going to be able to hit once each. That's going to be a little challenging because Mavericks are 2 weight points. It's going to depend on where the target is. It is number 33. And I'm looking. 35, 33 is right here. So that is a 0 weight point penalty. So we'll be able to bring our whole arsenal and only a 1 stress mission. It's not a lot of victory points, but I think this is a winner chicken dinner. And we get to bring 6 aircraft. So we're going to go load up the old fashioned way here. Let me just get some of this stuff out of the way. And bring all this out of the way. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These two are not needed. So there's our 6 ECM pods. We're going to bring both of our heavy bombers. So they're going to take up the final 2 spots. And they have 12 weight points. So if we're bringing Mavericks, that means they're taking 6 each. Now, I got to make sure that I actually have 12 Mavericks. I'm pretty sure I do. There's a lot of them. And unfortunately, they're the hardest ones to find because they're on the other side of things. So like, so for example, that's a rocket, but the other side is a Maverick. And the game gave us a ton of rockets. So now, does every rocket have a Maverick on the other side? No. But here's the other thing. Like we have... Yeah, actually they are. And I have a whole tray full of them. See, like, those are all Mavericks in there. So we definitely have 16 Mavericks. Or 12 Mavericks, I mean. And 12 is all I need to destroy the target. So those 2 6s are good to go. As long as they can get to the target. And then we do get to draw the sights first. So let's do that. So here's 2. 2. 2 and 2. I'm seeing some no sights. Excuse me, and then 1 in the middle. That's a real deadly one. Nothing burger. No sight. No sight. This one is no sight. That's a nothing burger. A nothing burger. And a jammer. Okay, so we only have 1 serious sight in the whole lineup. They can only hit you if you're over them. And in these cases, you got to be low, which you could just fly high right over them and they can't hit you. I do get to destroy 1 sight as part of my intel air adjustment, so bye-bye. So the sights are not a problem. And we're drawing 1 and only 1 bandit. This is going to be the easiest mission ever. I mean, no, we had an easy mission a couple playthroughs ago, but this one is going to be up there. The biggest thing is I got to be able to hit the target. I'm at 12 Mavericks. I don't know what my exact count is. I think let me look it up. I think somebody posted something. It would be nice if I had a munitions count that I can go off of. I'd rather not have to count all these. Okay, I couldn't find anything. I'm pretty sure. So I'm dropping 12 of these. I only need to hit 10 times. Each one can only hit once, which means I got to get a 7, right? So see that V plus 3? That means I get a plus 3 because they're vehicles to my roll. So as long as I have an air to ground of 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. And I'm going to roll a 1, so I actually only need an air to ground of 3. I roll a 1, I get to add 3, which makes it 4, and then this adds 3 more to get to 7. So as long as my air to ground is 3 or better, it's a guaranteed hit. So let's do the math real quick. So boss here is at skilled level and has a plus 2 air to ground, but also has targeting pod, which is plus 2 more. The campaign gives us a 1 penalty, so boss has a 3 air to ground. That is enough to guarantee all those hits. All 6 of them will hit. And then SWAT is also skilled. He has a plus 1 air to ground, which becomes plus 3 with a targeting pod. And that gets reduced to a plus 2. So he is not guaranteed to hit. If he rolls a 1, it's a miss. So it's not a guarantee. It's close, but not a guarantee. SWAT is slightly lower on the stats. Oh, I got it backwards. SWAT's the one that... Boss is the one that's lower. SWAT is the one that's higher. Okay, so we just got to make sure that whoever else we bring we need one more Maverick, or two, right, to round it out. We got one pesky bandit, so I can bring one air-to-air. I'm going to let Andy and Gucci rest. And so I'm going to bring Bun Bun, who we let rest last time. Bun Bun will be our air-to-air person. Remember, the waypoint's 0, so this is an insanely large number. We have We have 7 of these missiles. Now you could argue, hey, why don't you just take 1 weight point bombs, like this guy? Because then you can take, you could literally take. Well, hold on a second. I can't take 6 of these unless I remove the ECM pod. For this mission, I'm tempted to, because there's only 1 bandit that's going to be on the board. No, we'll reduce it. They're 5 each. So that's 10, right? This is 11. And then, yeah, now they got this one for 12. I mean, the reason why you don't take a bunch of these 1-weighters is the 1 weight point bombs require a 7 no differently than the Maverick does. But they don't get the +3 for vehicles. Maverick gets +3 for vehicles. Also, you could shoot from 2 spaces away. You don't even have to go over the target. So there's some advantages to that. But we'll bring the MK82 just in case. Now getting to Bun Bun is going to have 7 AIM-7s. We're going to load to the gills with that one. And then I still have 3 more spots. So I should at least bring one of our leaders. We're going to bring Gale, because Gale just never takes any stress. And Gale has an air-to-ground of +3, +4. +4 air-to-ground and +5 air-to-air. But I'm going to load her up with Mavericks. And let's see, we should have more over here. Yeah, we got so many. They did give us a lot of Mavericks. So she has a weight point of 8. So she can do 6 weight points worth. So she can take 3 of them. And that should supplement us pretty well. Because that +4 right here, those are guaranteed hits. And I think that should seal the deal. And then for her last one, we'll give her an AGM-88. I still got 2 more that I can bring along. Oh, everybody's stressed. So I can bring my my veterans, my aces, to just give experience points to the other guys. Because I could bring other guys, like for example, Stool is available, etc. But they all have stress that if I let them rest this mission, they're going to be able to reduce that stress. We'll bring Druid for ECM, and because Druid's at 0 stress right now. And I'm going to bring both of the other ones. And then which one's going to be the flight leader? We'll make it, it actually doesn't matter, but we'll make it El Cid. And because El Cid has the 2 situational awareness. So El Cid is at 2. Now, what do they have equipped on them? They're going to have as many Mavericks as I have left in the pot. I didn't bother counting, so I don't know how many more there are. I don't think I need them. But if push comes to shove and I somehow miss with all these bombs, I'll start counting to see how many more I can still shoot. And if they can't load a Maverick, then they're loading the 3 weight point, or the 3 weight point or 2 weight point. They'll be loading the 2 weight point bombs. And then we'll have to fly over target and hit the old-fashioned way. I just don't think it's necessary. So we're going to come in. The reason I explained all that is I'm just being lazy. I don't want to go count the chips and get them all out. I showed you a whole tray of them. I just want to leave them in there and because I think this is going to be an easy mission. That's part of the reason why I'm cutting the corners. I don't even think I need those two planes or those pilots to do anything. So we're going to draw one random aircraft armed with AIM-7s is unable to use AIM-7s this mission. Now that is a kick in the pants. I only put AIM-7s on one of my aircraft. That is so funny. I get so cocky about how easy this mission is going to be, and then that happens. Okay, then we place our aircraft. I got it here. I already destroyed my site. We're going to place the bandits. There's going to be one single bandit. Let's just hope it's a no bandit. I got a no site, no bandit. We got lucky. There we go. That countered the really crappy timed event. Add +1 to all attack rolls for the first turn over target. So that's going to guarantee that we hit, even with my boss, who only had a +2. He now has a +3. This is oh, it's only over target. Never mind. That does not guarantee anything. So then we're going to be on turn 1. No one can hit us. So now we're going to move to here. It's turn 2. No one can hit us. And then we're going to shoot everything from here because we're 2 spaces away. All right, so those Mavericks, like I said, we get a +3. We need a 7 to hit. Because it's dispersed, the 10 doesn't count. And I'm rolling 5 dice. This is going to be for my guy with a +2 to his rolls. So he gets a +2, and then the vehicle causes a +3. So I'm getting +5 to my rolls, all of them. I need a 7 to hit. The 10 doesn't matter because it's dispersed, right? So I just need a 7 to hit. So this is a miss. We talked about that. But if everything else is a +5, so that's an 8, that's a 10, that's a 10, that's a 9. So that's 4 hits I got. That was with boss. So 4 out of the 10 that's needed. So now I got 5 more. This is with SWAT, and actually it doesn't matter what I roll. All 5 of those hit. So I just got 5 more, so now I'm at 9 hits out of the 10 that I need. And now Gail's going to drop her 3. She has a +4 air to ground, and it doesn't matter what I roll. Even this 1, I add 4 to it to get to 5, and then 3 more for the vehicle, which gets me to 8. So Gail hits with all 3 of hers. So I just did 12 hits on this thing, and it's done. And as I predicted, El Cid and Nordo didn't need to use any munitions. We just used everybody else's. Now, it did get interesting because the no AIM-7 thing was a little scary. But yeah, we got her done. We had an AGM-88 in case if I did have to go over target, this guy was going to be a big problem. But we would have gotten him, before we got there. But yeah, it's done. Then we return home. Discard to immediately redraw an event card. Yes, I like that because some of these events really stink. And what I could do is get rid of it right now and say, hey, because they were forcing us to lose SO points and I kept playing, I'm not going to let myself enjoy the benefit of this because we're going to use this effect to negate the fact that I ignored paying SO points on the first mission. So I'm okay with that. So if I would have had that card first, I would have discarded it and then avoided the lose the campaign situation. So since I got the lose the campaign situation first, I am going to discard this immediately and not take the benefit for it because I already took the benefit by ignoring that card a while ago. So I hope that makes sense. I think that's the most fair thing to do. All right, and then let's wrap up. Get some goodies here. Okay, so this is target 33. The stress is only 1. We got 0 SO points. We destroyed the target. We're going to get 4 victory points. We're at 24 for the day. We are still dismal. We're not yet halfway. The big thing about this one is it's moving all of our dials. So Recon moves 1, but Recon's as far as it goes. The Infra moves 1. It's as far as it goes. But the Intel moves 2. And the key thing, I can destroy a bandit and a site. That's glorious. And as you saw, if I move it 1 more, I get to destroy 2. The thing with these DVG leader games is they get so much easier as you level up, and then you move those dials, and that makes it easier as well. So it's like all the tension and challenge is actually in the beginning. And it gets to a point where it's like, should I even continue playing? And I understand that's why some of you don't like these long campaigns. I do the long because I want my guys to level up all the way to legendary. And if you do the shorter campaigns, you just aren't going to get that. So anyways, we have all 3 of our experts were on this. It's only a 1 stress mission. This guy has 2 cool, so he's actually losing his stress. I'm just going to keep that here because we're going to need it probably for someone else. And El Cid is going to give his experience. Let's see, we have Bun Bun, we have SWAT, Boss, and Druid. We're going to everybody but Druid is going to get a bonus. So then we have Gale here, has 2 cool, just gets nothing. And then Nordo has 2 cool, so he's going to lose his. I mean, all 3 of our aces are just no stress. Gale is just phenomenal. I'm so glad we discovered Gale. She's like the best one yet. Like I said, I think JB is a little handier than Nordo, but Nordo's fine. I mean, we're doing fine. Okay, and like I said, everybody but Druid is getting the bonus experience. So we have Druid here. It's just because Druid's already skilled from the start. Druid has 3 cool, so no stress for Druid. Sitting at 4 experience, so he's actually going to level up to Veteran. So this is our first Veteran promotion with 0 left over. So Druid's doing well regardless. And the big one with this is it's 3-2-3 on the stress. And then it's still 3-2-3 actually. So the only thing that changed is his bands. His shaken band is a little better. But so it's a gradual improvement for him. Druid is the worst of the 2. Rogue is far superior. But sometimes Rogue just needs a break, which, by the way, we need to do, because anybody who wasn't on the mission needs a break. And that's my example right there. So I'm going to take that 3 off. No, actually, he loses 5. He loses 5, so the 6 comes off. And because he loses 4. I'm sorry. He loses 2 plus the cool, which is 3. Yeah, never mind. He loses 5. And there it is. So he's down to 4. I mean, just in one rest, he went from all that stress to he's ready to go on a mission. But we'll probably send Druid on the next one. I didn't take Gucci, for example. I got skills popping out of my thing. So Gucci, for example, has 5 stress. So he'll drop to 3. So much needed rest for Gucci. And then Andy was the same. 4 is going to drop to 1. I'm looking, we got Stool is going to lose all 3 of his. And then Bishop here is going to lose 3 of his 4. And be at 1. So the guys who did not go on a mission, all of them needed the rest. Gucci's the only one that's still in bad shape. I would argue that Rogue could use another day off. But back to regular scheduled programming. We just did Druid, our first veteran. And now, like I said, these next two, since we sent all three of our aces, they're going to get double experience. So Bun Bun's the next one. You can see here Bun Bun has 1 stress and 1 cool, so he won't get any more. Bun Bun needs 4 experience points to level up. His average was 0, and he's going to go to skilled with 0 left over. So let's get that taken care of. So 102 becomes 203. Bun Bun is now rocking it. 2 cool and 3 air to air. The only thing missing is the special action points. So Bun Bun's become quite good. Next, we're gonna do SWAT. This is SWAT started off as a green. The other guy, Boss, started off as average. So SWAT has gained a lot of ground and actually has better stats than Boss at the moment. One of the reasons why I chose SWAT, it's quite good. Needs 6 experience points to level up. He currently has 1. We just gave him 4. So he's going to end the day at 5. And he has 1 cool, so he gains no more. But no level up for SWAT, but he's very close. And then we have Boss here, who actually might level up. Let me see. Boss has 2 cool, gains no stress. Boss is right here at the dead bottom, has 4 experience points, is going to get 4 more for 8. So Boss is going to become a veteran, and then have 3 left over. So well earned, well earned. So let's grab this. All right, so we were at 2-0, 1 and 1. This was, of course, the reason why he couldn't guarantee his hit. And now he is 2-1, 2-1. So still low air to ground. I didn't actually do a lot of check. Boss is only 8 points away, though. If he does get to legendary, there he is. He pops up to his +3. So we need him to get to legendary to really get super good. Right now, that +1 is still good. It's just I probably should have given him. Well, I gave him Runway Breaker. I could have maybe gave him something else, but yeah. So he leveled up, and he has 3 of his 8 points already because he had 3 spillover. So that's really good. How are we doing on time? 52 minutes. All right, we are going to start day 6. You get to draw 4 targets. Target 1 is a bridge. Only needs 5 hits. It has an improvement on it, which means we can't, if we discard it, we're going to still get this penalty. We draw 1 fewer center site if we destroy this. It improves the infrastructure, which is nothing. It's only 2 victory points. Not that good. Armor and infantry targets take 2 more hits to destroy. Could be a problem if we're going after armor and infantry. Anything else is not a big deal. There are definitely armor and infantry targets in the deck. I don't know if we've destroyed any or not. We're allowed to look at what we've already destroyed, so let's take a peek. This is a vehicle, but it's not armor, even though it looks like armor, right? There's no armor keyword anywhere. And that's a vehicle again, but it doesn't say armor. Yeah, so we haven't destroyed any armor or infantry. I'm sure there's some targets that actually say the word infantry or armor on them. So that improvement will eventually sneak up and bite us. This is a great one, though. If we can get a secondary mission, I don't mind doing this. So I'm actually going to draw another card. Let's do it. So we got the backfire mission. I think we've seen something like this before. This is the easiest mission ever. It's only 2 victory points, though. So let's hold on to that. I'm going to draw a third one. It's a medium strike. Very stressful, but again, super easy. We're drawing nothing. 3 victory points. If anything, I prefer this one over the other two, just because I know it gives you a whole bunch of extra stress, but I get to bring 5 planes on this mission. It's worth more victory points, and it's going to move the intel one. I'm going to draw a 4th card. There it is, Infantry Command, but it's secondary. See, that's what I was looking for. It does take 10 hits, but this would be our primary if I do this one. So if I do those two together, primary, secondary, it means I'm ignoring these two, which are the easiest missions ever, but that's okay. That's what happens when you draw 4 cards. You're not going to be able to do all 4 of them. We're going to cycle through the target deck, get the juicy ones. I wouldn't call these juicy, but they're a good combo. So between the 2 of them, 6 planes are going to get experience points. I'm not going to be moving any dials because the 2 dials that they are going to move, but I am going to get 6 victory points because it's 3 and 3. They're both, well, no, this one's a vehicle. It's actually impacted by this one if I were to fail. The only thing that stinks is I got to get 10 hits on this, and I only can bring 3 aircraft. And there's going to be sights and bandits. This is a tough one for 3 aircraft to do all that. But we got to do the bridge first. So let's do the bridge. We can only bring 3 aircraft on this one, and it's going to have 1 sight all around, and then 1 in the middle. So I got a no sight, no sight, no sight. Got 1 sight there with a range of 1, and another one with a range of 1. All right, and then we have to choose our pilots. We can only bring 3. We can do 5 hits. It's fixed, which doesn't mean much. This is probably best suited if we just fly over the target and drop conventional bombs. We're drawing 4 bandits. I'm going to bring 6 of our guys. Where is this located? How much stress are we getting? This is item 1. It's located with a weight point of 0, so it's only a single stress mission. This is tough from the perspective that I got to figure out who's dropping the bombs. And I have to do 10 hits on the other one. Now, it is a soft target, the other one. So, the other one, sorry, I just hit the camera. So we normally do an AGM 65. See, because this one's a vehicle. And I know that's not the target we're going after at the moment, but bear with me. So that one, we usually do this guy, which has a vehicle of +3, right? If you can focus. So it has a vehicle of +3, and you hit with a 7 and a 10. Then we have this Mark 20, which hits soft targets with a +5, and it hits with an 8 and 11. And it's only 1 weight point. You see that? This guy here is a vehicle and it's soft. So the vehicle makes you think, hey, I could just shoot Mavericks at it. But the fact that it's soft, I can go over it and drop 10 of those other bombs and get a +5 to my die roll. I got to get 11 to do 2 hits, but if I'm adding 5 to my die roll, I got a good shot. This is neither vehicle or soft, but what I'm debating, and the reason why I had to evaluate the other one, is do I bring a Strike Eagle? That's my question. To just bomb the snot out of this. And I think my takeaway is no. So I'm going to bring El Cid as my leader. And El Cid has the ECM pod, which takes up 1 weight point. And then he's going to load 6 weight points worth of MK84. So he's going to have 2 of the 3 weight point bombs that can do up to 3 hits each. El Cid's air to ground is 1, 2, 3, 4, -1 for 3. So he's got a +3 air to ground. His air to air is 4. And his special action points are 2. And he's going to be the flight leader. All right, so he gets 6 weight points. The ECM pod is 1. This is 6 more for 7. So he gets to carry 1 more thing. And he'll take one of those single weight point bombs. All right, can he alone destroy this? Great question. I don't know. We're going to be drawing 4 bandits, so I got to bring at least somebody who can shoot bandits down. And you know what? Instead of this, I'm going to bring a AIM 7 for that reason. Just 1. Okay. So now we got 2 more guys. Gale is also really good air to ground. The problem is I don't have a lot of good air to grounds. I mean, my guys are leveling up, but they're not there yet. So like Stool has excellent air to ground as he levels up, but he's -2 right now. -2 is horrible. Nordu has a +1 air to ground. He gets a +1 on his first attack in a mission. He's actually I'm ignoring Gale, and I'm also ignoring the Strike Eagles. He's actually the best one. So Gale, yeah, we're going to bring Gale on this one. And Gale's going to do the same exact loadout. So I'm not going to bother with it. But we do need to give the SA points. So Gale has 1, and her air to ground is 3. 4 -1. So it's 3. And her air to air is 5. And I guess it's not that big of a deal to find the marker here. So we're going to do a 3, 2 of them, and an AIM 7. Okay, and then the third one, I got to bring someone who's not an ace so I can give all my experience points. Whoever it is, they're going to get gold and experience points. I'm thinking like an F-15, like Gucci or whatever, so we can take out the air. But I also still have to worry about the ground. I need an AGM-88 for these. In fact, I need 2 AGM-88s. And with the kind of air-to-ground rolls I have, that means I would be swapping the AIM 7 out for an AGM, which I can do. They have great air-to-ground, these 2 guys. I can put AGM-88s and then just have the third guy be the only one taking out bandits. I could do that. And whoever I choose is going to get a lot of experience points. So I was contemplating taking Stool. And Stool could take the AGM-88s, as well as some AIM 9s to deal with these bandits. Or AIM 7s, I meant. It's just that he's going to get a -2 to his AGM rolls. Well, he'll get a -1 because he has skills that counteract the campaign penalty. He'll get a -1. He only needs a 4 to hit. If I bring in F15, then he, of course, is going to shoot all the aim 7s. And then I'm going to have to put AGM 88s on these guys. Now, why is that a bad idea? Putting all your aim 7s on one guy, we've learned several times, is you draw that one event card that takes them all away. They could get shot down or damaged, and we lose all the missiles. Also, the bandits tend to threaten you all at once. So we got all this situational awareness, and if everybody gets shoot one aim 7 each, I can destroy 3 bandits on the fast step with 3 planes with aim 7s. If I have only 1 plane with aim 7s, I can at most destroy only 1 bandit in the fast step, and then I'm going to have to endure attacks. So I like stretching out the aim 7s. These radars are definitely a problem. If we get over target, they're going to shoot at us. They hit us with a 479 and a 579. They're not the worst. This one actually only hits you low, which will definitely be a factor once we're over the target, not while we're flying high. And we will be coming in from the north for that exact reason. That low craft is not as much of a threat until I get over target. I think I'm going to have to rest my F-15s for this one. Yeah, we're going to bring Stool. So Stool's going to get all the experience points. And I'm sort of okay with that. So like I said, his air to ground is actually -2. But he has Guard Guy, which gives him a +1. The campaign gives him a -1, so those cancel out. And then he has Wild Weasel, which will give him a +1 against sights, but not the target. So we're going to go ahead and put him down as a -1. And then his air-to-air is +2, which is decent. So what I'm going to do is, these are 3 weight point bombs. So we actually have 7 weight points worth of stuff. So we're going to take 4 AGM 88s. So he can shoot 2 at each one. And then we're going to take 2 aim 7s. Like so. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. All right. And then of course we got to destroy this target. But all right, let's do the target card. Draw 1 bandit for each approach area. Do not... Oh, gosh. This is going to be horrible. We're now getting 2 bandits for each area. So I'm just going to go ahead and just draw 2 bandits for each. So there's 2. 2. 2. And 2. All right, I do see some no bandits, which is good. 1, 2, 3 of them at least. We're going to need that. This one is a no bandit for 4. This one is for sure a bandit. For sure a bandit. 2 bandits, in fact. And then down here, we got 1. All right, so we ended up drawing 4 of them. So, I mean, that was worst case scenario that we originally thought. So that one sucked. Next is placer, terminal placement, intel air adjustment. So I forgot about this. We get to destroy one of the sites. So this one is a +0, and this one is a +1. We're going to destroy the +0, and we get to destroy a bandit. So I'm going to destroy the one with the 4 range. So that actually is awesome. And it does change my mind on something. I'm actually going to reduce this to a 3, and I'm going to increase this to a 3. And I apologize because I should have made that decision before I saw the landscape, but I forgot I get to destroy a site. And the reason I took 4 is it was 2 missiles for each one, is what my logic was. So I should have known I don't need to shoot 2 missiles at each one. And in fact, we got less bandits than I was expecting, even though we drew a whole bunch extra. Okay, so with that said, now we're going to draw over target. Destroy one random site in the center. There is nobody in the... Well, there was supposed to be one. Oh, I guess it was a no site. So yeah, there's nothing in the center. So that sort of stinks. I would have liked to have taken advantage of that. Determine place bandits until air defense adjustment. Foxhound ER. There aren't any. We killed the one guy that would have been one. And let's go. Turn 1. Okay, so where we're located, he's in range. None of them can shoot us. We are not at risk. So I'm not going to use any of my SA points. We're going to go to the slow phase. And I'm going to have... The problem I'm fine. We're going to have Stool here. He has 3 of these. He's going to shoot 2 of them. 2 missiles at this guy right here. He gets a +2 to his rolls. That 8 and 6 is more than enough. So we destroyed this. And then at the end of the turn, we're going to move forward. You would think that we're in range for this guy, but we're not because we're flying high altitude. So he's okay. This one's going to move. Well, this one's now in range. This one is not. He's going to move to get towards range, but we're not in range yet. Okay, so now it's turn 2. And yes, I'm going to use an SA point for Gale here. Gale's going to use hers to fire her aim 7 at this one. So we rolled a 10, so that one's destroyed. Okay, nobody else can shoot at us. So now we go to the slow phase. I'm going to have our flight leader El Cid shoot his aim 7. Got an 8. This one's destroyed. And then we're going to shoot all 3 AGM-88s because I don't want to miss. And we rolled 2 1s and a 4. Whew. The 4 was enough because this gives us a +1. So we only needed a 4 to hit. The AGM-88s just need a 4. It gave us a +1. He gets a -1, but they cancel out and we're still at 4. And it did. It took all 3 dice to pull that off. Holy crap. Boy, was that the right call. Okay, the whole sky is clear. Everything is good. So we're going to jump to turn 4, which is going to get us over the target. And now we just got to pray we hit the target. So I'm rolling 2 dice with each one. This is their air to ground, which is 3. So we get a +3 to our rolls, which means at minimum they're going to do 1 hit each. But 1 hit each is not enough. I need 5 hits. So 2 dice for the top guy. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 1 and a 4. So the 1 turns into a 4, which is just 1 hit. The 4 turns into a 7, which is 2 hits, so that's 3 out of the 5 hits that we need. So this one's done. And now I'm going to do this one. Same deal, +3. And I think before rolling, we already knew we won because we had 3 out of the 5 hits for the first one. This one's guaranteed 2 hits, but I ended up getting 6 hits. So we dropped our bombs, we did our job, bridge is destroyed. Little hokey scary, I guess, but we're okay. And then we're gonna head home. Roll 1 attack, roll 1 less for each air to ground. I spent all 3 of my stuff. So we have to roll the attack. The attack is against Gale. Gale is allowed to take 1 stress. Gale is the stress queen. And we're going to roll 2 dice. I rolled a 9, which is horrible, but the 2 is good. Gail's going to take 2 more stress, according to the card. So Gail's up to 3, and Gail is actually going to have stress at the end of the day. It's a miracle. Out of everybody to get stress, Gail was the perfect one. All right, so getting all this stuff off. Okay, so our first target is target 1, and the second target is target 12. We started the day with 0. First target is destroyed, so we ended up getting 3 victory points for the first target. All right, and then Gail here has 3 stress. It's 2 cool. The mission's only giving 1, so Gail's going to be able to reduce the 3 down to 2. All right, but she actually has stress after her cool. Oh, the mission doesn't give her stress, so she goes from 3 down to 1. Remember, she has 2,000 hours. This is a fantastic skill. You do have to be veteran or higher to use it. So you can't just give it to a noob, right? But for these aces, that's fantastic. And then El Cid, oh, this is Nordo, sorry. El Cid has 0 stress, is going to get 1, but has 2 cool, so he gains no stress. So he's good. And that means Stool is going to get 6 experience points, because they're both going to give their experience to him. And he only has 1 cool, but he gets 1 stress. He's good. And he's going to shoot up like a rocket. He has 3. He's going to go to 9. It only takes 4. So he's going to have 5 left over, right? So he's going to go to Skilled, and that costs 5. So he went from +2 -2 to +2 -1, all the way to Veteran, which is +3, 0. So he's finally getting good, because even that 0 with his skills becomes a +2. And anyways, yeah, he's going to bump up 2 levels. So Stool is going straight to Veteran with 0 left over. All right. That was a good day. Well, the day's not over. It was a good start of the day. So now we got the next one, which is this guy that takes 10 hits. So we're talking about taking Boss and SWAT, our 2 Strike Eagles. And then, but it depends on what the sights are, because the sights matter. If I may have to bring El Cid to take care of the sights. And then, of course, we're going to have 4 bandits as well. But let's draw the sights first. We get to see those before we plan our mission. So 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1 over the center. Okay, that one's deadly. Very deadly. Very deadly. Nothing burger. Deadly. So we're definitely going to need AGM-88s on this one. I am going to get to destroy one of them. So El Cid for sure has to come along. And he'll be our flight leader. And he has 2 SA points. He has an air to ground of 1, 2, 3, 4. -1 is 3. And that's not necessarily against just the target. So, and then his air-to-air is 4. Now, where is this target? It's target 12. 12 is in the second band, so we get a -1 weight point penalty and a stress of 2. So The -1 waypoint penalty with the ECM pod. We're going to bring Druid along on this one. So with the ECM pod, that means it's a -2 penalty. So he gets 6 waypoints worth of stuff. We need to destroy 1, 2, 3 of the... So we need an AGM 88 times 3 at least. He gets a +3 to his ground rolls, so he's going to get a 4 without rolling. This one does apply a -1, so it is possible I could really screw up against him. But the other ones are a done deal. So if I were to bring 3, that means I have 3 more left. So I can bring 3 AIM-7s to help out with the air-to-air. Like so. That's a lot of duty. Because he's not going to be able to take out the air and the ground all at the same time. But right now, that's what I have him doing. Let me think this through. So with Boss, he's going to have 10 weight points he can use. And we can bring Mark 20s. And there's plenty of Mark 20s. There's also these Mark 82 SEs, which I don't even know if we can use those in this campaign. I'm checking. No, we can't. But we can use the Mark 20s. So there's quite a few of them. The Mark 20s, like I said, give you a +5. So between SWAT and Boss, SWAT has the better ground. So if I gave it to SWAT, that's going to be 10 of those. So I'm going to put 8, 9, 10, right? He's going to have 10 of those bombs. He has a +2, +4, -1. He has a +3 to his air to ground. Yeah, +3. 2, 4, -1 is 3. So if this gives a +5, that is a +8 total. Okay? +8 total, I only need an 8 to hit. So I have 10 of these. If I drop all 10, I'm guaranteed 1 hit. I only need 10 hits. I actually only need 9 hits because of my infrastructure. So I don't need both heavy bombers. So Boss can sit out. Now Boss has a +2. I could swap him because SWAT actually has stress and Boss does not. So I could have like Boss take the stress, but I'm gonna sit Boss out. We're gonna use SWAT, and then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get one of our F-15s in the mix, because El Cid's got the ground covered. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna change this down to a 2, and this is gonna go up to a 4. And we're gonna bring Andy along, and Andy is going to be loaded with 6 AIM-7s. And his air-to-air is 3. And but no SA points for Andy. Okay, so we got a little bit of that going on. And then we got to draw our target-bound event card before we place our aircraft. Select one pilot to add 1 to all attack and suppression die rolls for this mission. That's nice. So I get to select 1. I think the temptation is to give it to El Cid. But I'm going to give it to Andy. So we're going to make Andy a +4. Okay. So now we have to place our aircraft. So I'm going to come in from the south here, because these are 2 extremely deadly. And see, they're going to be in range. Both of them are. I'm going to get to destroy one of them, but now I'll be able to go fast and destroy the other. All right, so we are drawing one bandit all around. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a Yak 38. So no range on us, but we're in range of him. This is a deadly. He's got us in range. This one, no range on us, but we got range on him. And then this one, deadly. All right, so we got two deadly guys out of range, 2 of them in range, and I get to destroy one site and one bandit, which is great. So I'm going to destroy this site here, and then of course I'm going to destroy one of the deadlies, which is going to be this one. So I got one of the big bad boys out. All right, so we're going to start on turn 1 here, and I need to see, the thing is this guy is going to shoot at us, but I can't reach him. These 2 I can reach, but they can't shoot at us. So I don't need to go fast with my aim 7s. But if I do go fast, I can take both of these out this turn, and then, see, we're going to move one closer. And then as long as I can go fast one more time, that's the thing, I only have 2 SA points. So I can't go fast for everybody. All right, so here's how we're going to do it. El Cid's going to go fast, because he has to. And we're going to shoot one of our AGM-88s at this guy here, which has to be done, because this one is a nasty. So we got him. And then nobody else can attack us except for him. So we're going to roll our ECM. We failed. So he's going to target number 1, which is El Cid. So Druid's going to spoof him for 3 stress. And he's going to roll a 5, which becomes a nothing burger. And I'm just realizing everybody who didn't go on a mission gets to lose stress. So Bishop is gone. Bun's gone. Gucci is gone to 1. And then this guy is gone. All right. Okay, so this is getting interesting. All right, now we go to the slow phase. And in the slow phase, I'm going to shoot an aim 7 from El Cid. I get a +4. And I'm going to shoot it at, it doesn't matter which one, but I'll shoot it at this one. So I knew it didn't matter. We were going to destroy it either way. And then I'm going to shoot another one from Andy. Or I've never shot from Andy yet. So Andy's going to shoot, he's going to shoot 2 of them because he doesn't need to, but he has so many missiles. So we rolled 2 9s. That would have been horrible if that was against us, but we got the other one down. All right, so now that guy with a range of 3, if we move to here, he's in our range. We can get him. So I'm going to use my last fast, and I'm going to, I could go with just El Cid, but I'm going to let Andy take the kill. So Andy's going to shoot 3 more. He'll be down to 1. And we get a +0, but this is a +4. So there's a 9, easy hit. So we destroyed the final bandit before he had a chance to attack again. So now none of the ground targets get to shoot us, but now we're going to go slow. So I'm going to shoot 1 AGM-88, so we're down to 2. And that 1 AGM-88, we're going to shoot at this one, who gets a +1. And that 4, I mean, we get a +3 over here. So this is good and killed. And then we're going to move to here. So that keeps us 2 spaces away from that. And that brings us to turn 3. We don't need to go fast. Nobody can shoot us. We go slow. I'm going to shoot my final 2 AGM-88s at this one, because if I rolled a 1, I do miss. I rolled an 8 and a 2. This is destroyed. We're home clear. So now we're going to go here for turn 4. We're over target. Now we got to drop our bombs. And like I said, this is a guaranteed hit for all 10 bombs, and we only need 9 hits. So we destroy the target. Easy peasy. All right, so let me clean up some stuff here and move these off. Get this out of the way. Destroy all the sites here. We got to do a homebound card and then just write our log, and we're going to be good. Roll 1 attack against random aircraft. Roll 1 less for each air-to-air counter expended. Actually, we had at least 1 air-to-air on El Cid, so we were able to dispel that. So, got a little too hasty with my cleanup there, but I remembered El Cid still had a missile. And then we destroyed we spent 0 SO. We destroyed the other target. This one is worth 3 victory points as well, so that puts us at 6. So we're at 30 for the campaign. 30, by the way, just graduated us into a poor. And that's good. We don't move the markers because the markers are already fully moved. And so let's just get our experience. El Cid, of course, this is a 2 stress mission. He has 2 cool, so he gains none. He's going to give his experience points to Andy. SWAT is doing okay at his skilled level. And so SWAT gets... Oh, SWAT's at 5. He's leveling up, so he's going to become a veteran with 1 left over. That's excellent. And then stress-wise, he's going to gain 1. And so right here, his skill +2/+2 is going to also +2/+2, but his cool gets better. That's fine. And then Druid, who went with us on the mission, has 3 cool. And so he's going to actually lose a cool and drop to 2. He was at 3 stress. Now he's down to 2. And Druid just got promoted to vet last turn, so he's got 2 experience. And then Andy's going to get 4. Andy gets 2 stress, has 1 cool, so he's going to go up by 1. And then Andy has 3 + 4. He's going to get 7 experience, so Andy for sure is going to be skilled. 7 - 4, he's going to have 3 left over at skilled. So right here, he's a +2. He needs 9. Oh my gosh. So we're going to have to, and look at this. He needs 9, and then he needs 11. So Andy's one of those crappy pilots that just takes forever to level up. But he is skilled with 3 left over. So if we remember to pick Andy with our veterans, we can help push him along. Anyways, there you have it. That's the end of day 6. We're at 30 victory points. I'll let you look at the chart here. So at 30 victory points, we are midway into the pour. It takes this. We're halfway done with the campaign. We're on target because that dismal rating is a very large band, and to get through all the points to get out of dismal, it does take quite a few days. And then, we should be able to bounce through these levels fairly quickly. I mean, if I ever get an 18 victory point target like those naval targets, we're going to shoot like a skyrocket thing. But it looks like a lot of them are 3 victory points, 4 victory points. But anyways, this was a really good day for victory points and experience points. And I think we're coasting right now. This is a great group of pilots. We got it. All right. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.